In today's video, we're going to take a look at how we make the terrain boards for our Grimdark Wargames table. One cup. With the wake. There. It's all known this way. Nice. So what we're doing here is we're cutting some perspex for the table. It's going to cover the whole table in panels so that we can do some lighting from underneath all of the terrain. So I'm marking the perspex, 24-inch wide strips, so we can then cut them lengthways first. Then we're going to cut them into squares. So they're 2 foot by 2 foot squares for underlighting the main play area in the middle of the table. I'm just checking for fit. It looks pretty good. Perspex. Here we go. We're just going to place this. It's our second panels. Lovely effect. Do another one. Okay, we've cut all of the terrain tiles, all the bottom panels. Now we've cut all of the top panels. I didn't quite order enough perspex. It was quite expensive. So we're going to cut this. We've actually cut this section here in dry, same thickness as the perspex. Doesn't matter though, because that's going to take the raised area with the viaduct along the edge. We're going to downlight onto that anyway, so that's not a problem. So it's now time to make these into boxes. We're pinning the base of the boxes to some uprights. That way, inside these we can mount LEDs uplighting through the floor. A smaller hammer would be better. The other reason for doing this is if you just put terrain boards down, I mean, we've got some 6mm ply here. If we just put 6mm ply down, pretty soon it's going to warp. So two reasons for this. One, we're making a light box, and two, we're actually going to make our terrain boards rigid. So I'm just going to pop this last one on, and we'll put it into it. So making sure I do the ends as well. So I'm all done with the glue. I'm going to pop this into place. Couple of pins in it. Do away each end first, then we'll move to a middle. Yeah. Just making sure with each pin at the battens flush with the edge of the plywood. This board's ready to go. I'm going to put this in place. You can see how, yeah, it's good. It's laying up. So this is our perspex. So this is what the LEDs are going to shine through. And this is going in place. I've got the last board here, laid a bit earlier. Going to need to put a few more battens in here before this one's finished. So we just want to make sure these areas here, these boxes, we don't dip some rests on it, and also when we've got some models on it. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting some battens in, but this is a really essential part of the process of building a table at this scale, because if we don't have a really firm level base to build everything on, when we start to build up, things are going to be at jaunty angles, things aren't going to line up, and we're going to lose the quality which we've spent so long trying to achieve. So let's just check. We've got to slide that over slightly. Yep, there we go. We're at good centers there. So last board on. Even though it's screwed up. So it's taken over 2 days, but we've finally got all of the terrain boards made and everything's flush. I'm very pleased with the fit of everything. Next step is to trial fit all of our FDM prints, and you can see we're starting to get them out here, and make sure everything is fitting together properly, and see if there's anything missed, see if we need to print anything else. We're laying these out, basically, 1, to see if we've got enough, and 2, some of them are slightly deeper than the others. The majority of them, we want them to be in the 3.2 to 3.6 mil range, but we do have a few that have a bit of a slightly higher protrusion, and there are some that are even bigger than that, and we need to make sure that we don't have too many of those. I may have to print more of the thinner tiles. So I'm currently laying out the arches, which will be the barrier, and there'll be another higher layer coming off this way. We need to lay it out just to establish how far or how big this triangle a bit of the table is going to be, because I need to cut one more piece of wood. So this is just the initial layout, and we'll see how we go. Things are starting to take shape. We need to go and get some more bits from the studio now and start to expand this, fill it in. I'm going to put the railway in, and I think Keith's going to work out how big that board needs to be at the back. So we're going to mount this power station on this raised platform in one corner of the table. So when we originally printed it, we printed it at 100%. We felt this one came out, well, just a little bit too small. It's a lovely piece, and it's going to make some great scatter terrain for another part of the table, but we wanted something a little bit more significant for this end of the table, and I think that this version of it, printed at 200%, is spot on. So these wall sections are great. They've got alcoves, some of them, and we've got these resin printed statues, and these are going to go straight in there, and we've got these tower sections which go on top of the gates. And there we go. There must be something else that goes up there. I have to find that. So this bit here is just a gate, and that takes a top piece as well. Looking smart. So we've got another of these skeleton statues, which I'm going to put in here. and this piece on the top. Now I'm trying to finish off the fortress. I need to try to remember how it goes together. I know some of these towers go on like this. Decide the sorts of armaments or decorations or mixture of the two. Great, I've just found the top of this spire. Very smart. Underneath the area where the fortress is, we've got these catacombs, sort of characterized by these viaduct shapes. See if I can spin this round and show you. So we're hoping to underlight this area. You can see right through to the main part of the game board, right through the catacombs. So this is a proof of concept of the lighting coming through the 3D printed terrain tiles. So the FDM prints have got grills, vents in them. What we're seeing here is the LED chase lights through those. Pretty happy with this effect. We do have to light the whole table though. So the main part of this video, you watched us make the terrain boards, and now when you take a look at this, you can see the scale of what we were trying to achieve and the reason why we needed everything so flush and smooth and level. I've now placed as many of the 3D printed items which I had in stock, and basically I've been able to work out the pieces that are missing. You can see in some of these areas we've got bare wood, and we need to clad this in terrain tiles. So for example, there's 100 more terrain tiles to print. There's a few other gaps, pieces missing. So I've made a list, and my friend's going to be setting his 3D printers to work very soon. A couple of parts are painted, notably the train and the containers, but I think you can see there's still a great deal of this table to paint. So if you enjoyed this video, please visit us again and take a look at some future videos where we're going to be painting, well, the whole terrain board.